All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Session 8 of Rise of the Dark Avatar, an Avatar Legends actual play. My name is ELH the Game Master, and I just have a few things to say before we start tonight. So, first things first, as Matthew has pointed out to me, apparently today is Avatar's 17th anniversary. So, big excitement there. The other good news is that if you haven't already checked out your email that you use for Kickstarter, apparently the PDF is going to start trickling out starting tomorrow. So obviously this week we're still going to be on the quick start rules, but again, knock on wood, next week we'll probably be on the full rules or going over the full rules to convert over. We'll see when we get the PDFs. What else was I going to say? In terms of Euthenia, we are weekly, again, knock on wood. So tomorrow will be another Euthenia game. And then, I think that's it, really. And anybody else have any announcements before we do introductions? Anybody? All right, well, let's do introductions then. Aaron, what you got?
No, hey guys, I'm Aaron. Super excited to be back again for another fantastic session of Avatar. I'm playing Lu Songxi, the Earthbender, using the Guardian playbook, charged with protecting Ying, the Dark Avatar. On Tuesday nights, I'm Captain Williams, the hopelessly and over his head captain of the USS Euthenia.
Everyone, Darewolf here for Darewolf Gaming 88 on Twitter and Twitch. I am playing Shazo Lee using the Hammer playbook. Also very excited to be back here. And on Tuesday nights, I play the lovable furball Commander Surosuras. And there's some good times. Excited to be back to that on a regular basis.
Hello everyone, my name is Matthew. I play the female waterbender Amaruk, who hails from a Republic City crime family and is using the Successor playbook. I also play crewman Vizeth, a sort of taciturn alien tactical officer on Euthenia Tuesday nights. Always a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you here as well, and that goes to everybody. But yeah, Benno, I think you have an opening narration for us as usual.
Water, air, fire, earth. Mastery of all four elements has always been associated with the ability to bring balance to the world. But Avatar Aang has passed away, and the new Avatar has yet to be found. In this transitional era of rapid progress and technological wonder, the world must come to rely on a new force to maintain the balance between humanity and spirits, between light and dark, yin and yang. Rava's followers would tell you that this new dark Avatar should be locked away without question. Yet as a certain wise man will tell you, light and dark cannot exist without one another. There is light in the darkness, and darkness in light. Can the dark Avatar truly keep the balance? Only time will tell.
All right, and welcome back. So usually I do the recap, but Mr. Wolf has volunteered to handle the recap and thoughts to start us off with today's session. So the only framing I'm going to give you is that you all are exiting the Western Spirit Portal into what appears to be the Fire Nation territory, because you can see mountainous change, volcanoes, other trappings of the Fire Nation. But Shazo, I believe the floor is yours to provide that opening narration.
I am destruction. I look to Amaruk and I see intelligence. I see a desire to learn. I see life. Water is life. I look to Lu Songxi and I see strength. I see solid ground upon which to stand, beliefs unwavering. And I am destruction. What is fire? It is destruction. The airbenders may be coming back. What does that mean? I know I know my people. They slaughtered them, and they're back? What does that mean for me? What does that mean for my family? We are destruction. We are destruction.
All right. So, as you again exit the spirit portal and you see the mountainous region of the Fire Nation, Shazo, I believe you had a special request that you would have familiar knowledge of this area as you walk out. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
As we exit out of the portal to the spirit world, Shazo takes 3 or 4 steps out into this kind of more of a rocky type area. And as he does so, he kind of mutters to himself, No, it wouldn't be here, would it? It can't be here. This... Of course it is. A little ways off in the distance, you can see a fire temple style, like, not necessarily an estate, I hesitate to say that, but like a large building with some grounds and a low wall. And as Shazo looks over to it, he turns back to the group. Yeah, can we not be here? That would be awesome if we could not be here.
What's wrong?
Yeah, that's my family's home over there. I'm not supposed to be here. Oh God, where are the guards? Oh, this is so... Why does it keep getting bad? Why is everything bad and always bad? And why do we always have to come to places that are bad? Where's my airship? Damn it.
And I think Ying is the last one through the portal, and the beam of light that goes straight into the sky closes behind her, and she goes, all right, and oh, Shazo, you don't look so good. What did I miss?
It's I'm gonna be sick.
Well,
Nope.
Could you not? I cannot.
Nope.
Well, wait a second. I guess sickness is technically water, so maybe Amulet and I can water bend it. Just don't be sick.
Fix it.
No. You didn't have more of that jerky, did you?
Nope. That was the other end.
Okay. Shit. All right. So. Shit. Shit.
Nah. Beep.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay. So why can't you be here and speak quickly, because that beam of light was extremely noticeable.
Oh hell. So like, you know, I've told you guys about how my brother and there's my dad and the whole family, and I'm not supposed to go home because I'm like banished right now because they think I killed him. Well, I'm home, so
okay,
I'm
that
gonna get arrested.
Would probably explain your apprehension.
Yeah.
Who are I guess I don't have to ask who those gentlemen are with the spears.
And Shazo will place Fazapo on his head as though he is some sort of fanciful hat, taking his robe and kind of like twirling it so that it's inside out and like wearing it ever so slightly differently, almost as though maybe he's wearing it as though it's like a mask, so he can pretend to be a female of some kind. And oh, who are these strong gentlemen arriving? Oh dear. Oh, I hope they like my furs.
Why am I getting Monty Python flashbacks? Please do that voice. The Monty Python voice kills me.
Oh, I hope they like my furs.
And I think Amruk is just going to step forward at that and look at him from a few different angles. No woman sounds like that. That is. I find that's highly sexist.
Oh.
I just want to be clear. I mean, I empathize with you, but that's really offensive.
We have time to get away.
Wait, we do?
I mean,
quickly unbundles. Fazapo hops back to his shoulder, looking slightly annoyed. Well, then let's run. And he starts running.
All right, which direction are you running? North, south, east, west?
We need someplace we can lie low.
The opposite direction that they're coming from.
So we'll say they're coming from the west for this argument.
East.
And I guess as they're running, Amaruk would turn over to Shazo, and then Lu Shangxi, can you kick up some dust or cover our escape? Something?
Oh, yeah, good idea. And I think that Lou will just sort of stop in his tracks for a second and turn around and sort of spread his arms wide in this way, and a wall of earth will sort of shoot up to force them to take a detour and hopefully lose the trail.
All right, well, I think that's the perfect time for rely on your skills and training here, so that's going to be with focus.
All right.
All right, well, you do have a +1 forward from chat if you want to use it, but it would take the +1 forward and everyone assisting in order to get to that 10, so you may not want to use it quite yet.
I don't think so. I mean, it's still a hit. It still succeeds.
Yeah, it's still a hit, so... All right, well, with the 7, you're going to do it imperfectly, so what's going to happen is you kind of conjure up that wall of earth, blocking the road and making it difficult to pass. However, you're not quite into a valley or not quite into a pass where that wall is going to be wholly effective. It's still sizable in that they're going to waste time getting around it, but it's not like, say, a bunch of Spartans facing down a bunch of Persians, if you get the reference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as you guys are running, I think Ying sort of looks over her shoulder, kind of checking, what the distance is, and goes, okay, so I get we're running from something that Shazo doesn't like, but where are we going? We need a direction.
Oh, Shazo knows the area.
GM, if I may ask a question, could I have a spot somewhere in the valley or in the rocky crags where my brother and I used to go and hide away from our father and mother when we wished to be bad? Maybe an old little hiding spot. Maybe like a little cave house, not a tree house, a cave house because it's rocks. So a cave house.
Yeah. I would say you definitely can do that. In fact, again, that's what I love about Avatar Legends is you can just make up details like that, and I love it.
Boom.
The only thing I'm going to ask, though, is that it has been, a couple years since you were here last? Longer?
Several
years. All right. So the only thing I'm going to ask is you can either do a assess the situation here to see if you can figure out, how to get back to your little cave house, or I would even say this could be a push your luck. I mean, I think either would apply here.
I would like to push my luck.
All right. That's going to be with passion then.
Like to use that +1 from chat.
Okay, +1 from chat has been used. All right, well,
9.
If somebody assists him, that'll bring you to a full hit.
American fatigue right now.
There you go. All right, so Shazo, the way we'll justify this assistance as well, you basically look for common signs. You look for fallen trees or maybe a crag that looks like a fish. Common signs that if you know what to look for, you can find. And with Lu Songxi helping you look for them, you very quickly find your way to this little quote-unquote cave house. Now, I'm going to let you describe what the cave house looks like, but I'm sort of imagining it's not quite the whole behind the waterfall cave, but it's something close where it's behind vines and it's not easily noticed from the road, that sort of thing. But what sort of special features does this area have?
So what it is if you are moving along a valley path, there's a small little crack where if you're just running past or walking past, you'd think it was maybe just a little crevice or a little break in the rock line. But as you get close to it, you realize that it's two pieces. So one is here, but one's back. So it's actually significantly wider than it looks. It's an optical illusion. So as you slip behind, you curve left, you curve right, and you go down this long kind of narrow passageway, and then it opens up into it's not like a lush beautiful nature area, but there's significantly more there's some undergrowth, there's some maybe a small bush or two, maybe even a couple of small animals are hanging out. And then at the far back of this, you see a low kind of circular, almost dome like a amphitheater style thing. It's just tall enough to where everyone could duck down and slip into, and it kind of heads back a little ways. And there's just some old, maybe some knickknacks, old wooden toys, maybe a little bench, a couple of old bedrolls that have been long since started to deteriorate, but it looks like a little hangout spot.
Cool. The only thing I'm going to add to that, because I love that explanation, the only thing I'm going to add is that there is a small pool of water that is right outside.
I think we drank when we hung out.
Yeah. Got to give you something to drink. What I would say is that it's maybe about 4 meters across and it's waist deep. So if any of you need to do water bending or if you want something to drink, it looks clean enough to do so. But as you all get into this space and you all stop and take a breather, I think Ying kind of, pants a little and goes, okay, I don't think they'll, well, this is kind of nice, Shazo. What did this space get used for before?
Shazo has made his way past the pool. As he did so, he bent down and just ran 2 fingers along it, just playing with the little bit of water in between his fingers. He walked all the way over and kneeled down on one of the slightly, decayed and rotted away bedrolls, and then picked up a small wooden, what's the animal called that she has, that
Shirshu?
Shirshu?
The shirshu. Yeah. It's a small little wooden shirshu that's been broken in half, and he picks up one piece and the other and then just holds them together. But he doesn't answer her at first, as though he is distracted.
I think Ying looks over to Amarok and Lu Songshe and says, should we give him? I mean, I don't think I'm the one that needs to go over there.
Give him a moment.
I mean, it's hard dealing with the past. So, yeah, and then just almost erratically, she's going to look around at the confines of the room. You don't think there are any sugar pades in here, do you?
And Ying kind of, goes, what? Sugar what?
Well, sugar glider centipedes. They unfurl their legs. It's like wings.
I mean, I understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, but I can't picture what.
What? Are you saying a centipede with webbing between their disgusting, horrible legs?
Exactly. They're carnivorous. They feast on flesh.
I think Ying, as she realizes you're not just messing with her, she snaps her fingers to conjure a little gout of flame above her hand, and she holds it up and starts to look around the cave. And, she's an NPC, so she doesn't roll, so I guess I'll just make the call. There is something slithering around on the cave, ceiling, that's the word I want, on the cave ceiling. And she lets out an all too girlish scream and just whoosh with fire. And after a moment, a poor little bat just drops to the ground. And she goes, oh no, okay, now I feel real bad. All right, water. And she starts bending over water to try and heal and put out the bat. And she's, oh, I'm so sorry, little bat. Squeak, squeak. Oh no, don't squeak, that makes it worse. Stop.
You just singed an adorable...
I'm healing it. It'll be okay. I'm healing it. It'll be okay.
It's a panda bat.
Oh, that makes it even worse. They're almost extinct. Oh, I saved the airbenders and then I almost kill a species.
It wasn't your fault. It's just a natural mistake. What's a panda bat doing? It should have been driven off. They're timid.
There's a whole nest of them that lives up in that hole above the dome.
Do you think I got more of them?
You see a whole panda bat family looking down, looking sad. Maybe a little child one that's reaching out. Papa.
Amarok, I need more water.
And I suppose Amarok is going to stumble over and then try to assist her in waterbending and healing this poor creature.
All right, again, because it's an NPC doing the full roll, you are able to heal the bat. The bat kind of squeaks impetuously up at Ying and then goes and flies back up to its family. And Ying kind of wipes her forehead and goes, okay, all right, let's not do that again. Let's confirm targets before we fire again.
Yeah, good. Right. Although I will point out, only 2 people here can actually fire anything.
I think that was a metaphor.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes.
I mean, can you imagine if you'd hit one with a rock? That might have actually been worse.
They're very fragile bones.
But I wouldn't do that.
Yes, we all know you're the picture of reservation. Wait, Shazo.
Wait, yeah.
If, and you can see Ying is like trying to put together threads in her mind. Okay, so panda bats are like, what, they live for 20 years, and you said there's a whole family up there, so...
Yeah, it's Fred and his family.
Okay,
Did you
you've
meet Fred?
named them too. Okay.
Yeah, it's Fred and Marianne. He's got 2 kids. Oh my god, they're so big. They grew up. Hi, guys. Has a little moment. Fazappa looks jealous.
So, it's clear you've spent a lot of time here, but...
Yeah.
Why?
It's where my brother and I used to go and get away from everything. It's not that weird. Why are you saying, oh, it's just a normal place that, I remember good childhood memories with my brother, who I now wants to try and kill me, and I am really mad at him, so it's fine. It's totally fine. I am not emotionally scarred at all.
And I think Ying looks
his hands are on fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Ying looks to Lu Songqi. I mean, you're the sort of straight man, wise one of the group. Maybe you should... Motioning at Shazo.
Right. See, these sort of talks that I do, they usually come spontaneously, but I'll give it a try. Shazo, your relationship with your brother seems to be a lot like fire itself.
Destructive?
No. You mentioned having good memories in this place. A gentle flame is a source of warmth, a light in a dark place, an inspiration. But that same fire left unchecked can burn out of control and consume everything in its path. I know that you have to face your brother, one way or the other. But just remember, while you may have to defeat him, don't burn yourself to do it.
That sounds like he's supporting me.
He is indeed. So, if I recall correctly, what is everybody's fatigue and conditions like?
I have
3
5
ticked.
fatigue now.
Okay.
And I have the angry condition.
Okay.
So if I am attempting to comfort and support, I will suffer a -2 to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're definitely confident supporting here. So, yeah, that's going to be a roll with harmony. Let's see what happens.
Oh, good.
I'm very excited.
All right, so we're gonna -2.
All right, that's a miss. So, unfortunately, with a miss, I think, again, this is one of those weird parts of the rules, which I'm hoping they clarify in the full rules, but it's not like you have any negative effects, Shazo. It's just that it doesn't provide a benefit, if that makes sense.
Oh, I'm going to lean into it. That's what I'm going to do. Aaron, you know what I'm talking about.
I
No,
do.
so Shazo, both little horses have now turned to ash, the pieces in his hands. Fists go to his side. You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right, Lu Songqi. And thank you. Thank you for that grounding insight.
You're welcome. That's well, it's kind of my thing.
You seem remarkably calm, almost, I don't know, disturbingly so for you.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Is anyone hungry? You know what? There's a really, really good hunting place around here that I am gonna go hunt at. So if you're hungry, stand by. And old Shazo here will have you. I'm actually a really good cook, by the way. I took a couple classes from the chef.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No,
So
to
why don't
be
you all
fair,
settle in? You all settle in.
Sit
And
down.
I'm gonna go. Just sit. Dark Avatar, your grace. Just sit, relax, and we're just gonna go. I'm gonna go real quick. I'll be back.
You know the moment you get out of eyesight, at least one of us is gonna go follow you, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely, it's fine. Don't even worry about it. So you hold.
That's why
stay
we're
put.
worrying about it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I wouldn't do anything stupid, right, Amaruk? Right? I wouldn't do anything stupid.
I think isn't that almost all that you do? I mean, no offense.
See? That's why I chose you, because I knew that you would say the opposite of truth.
Hey,
Okay,
Shazo,
well, that's really rather offensive. I'm hurt.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, you can read, but only backwards.
but
What does that even
So
mean?
everything you say comes out of the other end.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
I was going to say that we had this little deal worked out
Well,
where
I think-
I was going to
little
cook
deal
for
you
you
make.
because
I
it was,
think,
you know,
I think maybe everybody should calm down and just.
I can get all the books.
I think
And I think Ying just blows down a breath of air that knocks you all back a step and gets you guys to stop. But as Ying goes, all right, enough. All right, Shazo, we get it. You want some time alone, but we can't just let you go out alone in a place like this.
So what am I, a prisoner now?
No, you're not a prisoner. You have friends. We're concerned about your well-being.
Do I?
Sometimes.
Do I have friends? Do I? Do I really have friends? We
yes,
have
objectively,
Amaruk over
yes.
here, who is constantly belittling me and putting me down. We have Lu Songshi over here, who is trying to break my airship. And then we've got you, and I still haven't figured you out, okay? But I'm sure you hate me too. He turns around, crossing his arms.
First, I apologized for the airship incident. And you fixed it. So and anyway, Amaruk.
Amaruk at that point.
Amaruk is under a lot of pressure, similar to you. You both have so much more in common than you realize, and Ying is doing her best, and I'd appreciate something medium rare if you're still going to go hunting.
Shazo walks over and leaning on against, like, right from where y'all entered is actually an old looking, like, hunting spear that appears to be in relatively good condition, all things considered. Well, I'll be back then with food
We'll see you then.
into the night.
Afternoon, but same difference. So, about 5 minutes passes after Shazo steps out. Ying looks to Amaruk and Lu Songshi. So, should I be the one to go chase after him, or...?
I think what we should all do is exactly what he asked us to. Sit
Stay here
and wait for him to come back. We need to... He's hurting right now and fragile. And we need to show him that we believe that he can do things on his own if he has to. That he doesn't need us to babysit him. And he doesn't. And deep down, he knows that if anything happens, we'll be there.
Will we? I mean, we haven't exactly... He's right. We haven't been entirely supportive, and I didn't realize how much my joking around with him seemed to really affect him, get under his skin.
if I don't think it does under normal circumstances, but he's under a lot of pressure. He's been different since the first time that he faced his brother. Until we reach the inevitable end of that road, well, we may have to just accept that he's going to be a little prickly.
And I think Ying... Oh, go ahead, Matthew.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I think Ying started to sit down, but then she stands back up. I have an idea, but I can't really articulate the idea quite in words that anyone would understand, but first I need to confirm something. Again, I was coming through the portal at the end of the conversation. What was it we were running from exactly?
Oh, his family's guards were right by
Oh, those were the
old
family
house.
guards that were chasing him because he was banished. Okay. And for this, she looks directly at Lu Songxi. Do you trust me?
Of course I do. What kind of question is that?
Because I'm going to need to let you're going to need to let me go do something a little reckless. It's not chasing Shazo, but it's related to Shazo.
Can you elaborate on what this is? Because it's really hard for us to give leave to any course of action when we're utterly bereft of any knowledge as to what it actually entails.
Well, I'm afraid if I tell you what it is, you'll say no, but you do make a fair point. I was gonna go in my capacity as Dark Avatar and be like, hey, my travel companion Shazo has been unfairly banished, and you should give him a second chance. But maybe that's just my naivete speaking. I don't know. I just want to help him. That's.
No, I respect that, and I know that it comes from the heart. Do you feel it's best?
Well, as we were just saying, we've not really been that supportive of Shazo, so I don't know, I feel like this is supporting him, getting him back some normalcy in his life.
Ever since all of you became caught up in my family's machinations and squabbles, She looks down at the floor and then up at that family of bats or panda bats that are sort of congregated together, huddled together. I felt like I'm a burden to you. You're dealing with my problems, and you shouldn't have to. The world shouldn't have to do that. I ran away from it. It's something that I should have been able to handle, that I should have done something about. I don't know if Shazo would appreciate us becoming embroiled in his business. It just means that he becomes a burden to us too.
I don't see it as a burden. I see it as friends helping friends. I mean, hell, you guys broke me out of what is essentially a jail, and we've done a lot together. We've done a lot of good together, and it kind of sucks, not gonna lie. It kind of sucks to see, after our big moments together, we get a chance to sit down and everything starts coming apart. It's like we don't have a group unless we're fighting.
It's because we haven't had an opportunity to relax, to rest, to reflect. We've been in a reactive state for so long that we're all wound up incredibly tight. And at that stage, any amount of tension will seem like a breaking point. We need a few days of downtime with some peace and quiet. That will put everything in perspective.
And to be fair, the last time that we had that turned out to be a lie. It was a fox spirit orchestrating events to its own ends.
So maybe this time we do it on our own terms.
Can we get Shazo to agree to that?
Guess we'll have to see when he gets back.
He's whatever he may or may not be feeling, he is going to ostensibly bring food back for all of us. Unless he isn't. Unless that spear is for an entirely different purpose, and I've made a horrible mistake.
Yeah, I think given his temperament and
I should
how he
probably
just
go.
went off after his brother, maybe we should all go, yes.
And I think Ying actually stops you all and says, no, let's have a little faith. Let's give him like an hour, 2 hours, and if he's not back by the end of hour 3,
Then we go.
then we go.
All right, well then let's get this place set up as much as we can.
And Ying goes over to her pack, takes out the bedroll, flops it out, and goes, all right, done.
Excellent. And I think if you'll permit the little indulgence, GM, Lu Songxi is going to create with earthbending a sort of little fire pit that they can use for cooking and or heat and or warmth and or light. Heat and warmth are the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Amaruk is going to go over to that store of various different childhood items and pausing for a moment as she stoops down to pick up a wooden soldier that's been carved out, and there's a small sort of crudely etched emblem of the Fire Nation on its chest. She's going to start arranging them, not sort of in a meticulous fashion, but she's just going to dust them off and organize them against one of the walls so that it's a little bit more tidy.
As that's happening, let's check in on Shazo, because I have a feeling one of like 3 things is happening. So what is Shazo doing? Is he actually hunting, or was it a ruse to get them not to follow him?
Absolutely not hunting. He is absolutely doing something stupid and heading directly towards his family's compound.
Yep, saw that coming. That
Yeah,
was
there
like
it
number
is.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
All right, so let's put a few things into perspective then. So we'll say that from your little hideaway to your family's encampment is about an hour's walk, more if you're running as you were. So would you be running or walking there at this
He's
point?
hustling.
Hustling, okay, so we'll say it's about 40 minutes.
Quick little thing, if I may add.
Sure, what you
GM. As he got out of the entrance, there's a little rock next to where they stepped in through like the image, the mirror thing. He set Fazapo down. He goes, I'm gonna need you to stay here, buddy. There's a little back and forth, and finally Fazapo stayed, and then he took off by himself.
So let's talk about your goals here. What is it you want to do once you get to your family's estate?
There is an amulet that I posted in our group chat. It is a Fire Nation amulet. It has the Fire Nation symbol that is right behind me. But what's really cool about this particular amulet is that it was his father's, and it is the symbol of like authority in their clan. And he knows that his brother wasn't wearing it, so he thinks that it might. He knows where it's usually set in its place of reverence. It's like gone back generation, grandfather, great, whatever. And what's cool about it is that the flame actually flickers. It's like a never dying flame inside of the glass. It's likely some sort of optical illusion, but it looks like it's constantly flaming, and he wants to get that.
So, and this is going to be a little bit tricky, but I'll make it work. So you're going after this. It's about mid-afternoon at this point. The sun is starting to set, but hasn't gotten to the horizon at this point. You said that earlier that your family's estate was kind of like a fire temple of sorts, or was designed similarly.
Exactly.
What sort of size are we talking about here? Are we talking like this is an estate for 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, more?
Like 100.
Okay, so a very sizable estate.
Like a sizable estate, so they were not well-known nobles, but mid-range nobles. If that makes sense.
Kind of like a southern plantation owner.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I would say with that, I'm going to need you to do a push your luck here. to see if you run into any guards when you get to kind of a hill that overlooks the estate. So
It's
again,
hot
that's going to be
today.
with passion here.
It was hot yesterday because it's the Fire Nation. I digress. With that being said, we're gonna roll passion. You said?
Yeah, you've got passion and you've got a plus one from chat
forward
if you want it.
Love you, chat. Let's go.
That's a full hit. So why don't you describe how much of a ninja you are as you infiltrate the estate?
Shazo, like, isn't a ninja, but he plays one on Twitch. So like it's comically bad to the point of succeeding. So imagine like he's running and he's like and tries to sneak and he's doing like comical like hiding against a wall, but completely, if the guards were competent, they're all distracted, they would have seen him, you know, sneaking along, like runs past a torch, his like hair catches on fire for a second, he's got to put it out, and then like runs and then goes to climb over the wall, gets halfway up, slides down, then finally makes it up and over, goes to do it gracefully, trips, falls, luckily lands in some hay. Just comically bad but successful.
All right. Well, at that point, I'm going to say that you're into the estate proper, and I don't know, I said plantation and now it's sticking in my mind. So you of course have that big outer wall that then kind of leads to fields where a lot of the food for the estate is kind of grown. In the interior, it's kind of outlined like sort of like a is it a Roman villa that sort of has that sort of square interior around kind of like a pool of water of some sort? Kind of got one of those going on. And I guess my question to you is, would Shazo know where the amulet is being kept?
He knows where it's supposed to be kept. I leave it up to your deviousness to decide whether or not it's there.
You know what? Let's make this interesting. Aaron and Matthew, I want you guys to, on the spot, so I know I'm putting a little pressure on you guys, I want you both to be a servant here. And each of you will know different things, and we're just going to improv this. We're not going to have any hard lines, so what's going to happen is, Shazo, you're going to run into two servants that are kind of walking along, and they notice you and strike up conversation.
Wait a minute. No. It can't be.
Stands up straight. And what if it was?
Aren't you one of the new guards? Is that it?
Yes. My name is Francisco.
And from what part of the colonies did you come from?
I am
That's a degenerate name. I've never heard of something like that.
But of course, I am from the far islands to the west.
Oh, what culture has so degraded our proud traditions that you would be bestowed with such a name?
You would have never heard of it.
Well, no well-bred servant of the Fire Nation would have ever heard of it.
Oh, whoa. Hey, now that's not nice.
I have a question for you. Do you know where the amulet of the ever-burning flame is kept? I wish to go pay homage.
All right, I think I'm going to require a trick from you, Shazo. That's going to be with creativity, and no +1 from chat at the moment, so let's see what you get.
Oh, man. Full hit.
You get a full hit, so for our two NPCs that Matthew and Aaron are running, you can either... well, again, I guess this is a question for Shazo that he picks. They can either stumble, and you get +1 on rolls against them moving forward. They can act foolishly, which means they're going to give you opportunities, or they're going to overcommit and they're going to be deceived for some time. And since you get a full hit, you get 2.
I would like them to give me opportunities and to overcommit.
All right, there's your instruction, NPCs. So, yeah, let's see what happens.
Well, say what you want about his parentage. He very clearly knows etiquette and protocol. Of course we know what it is. If you want to come and pay homage, then yes, come along, pay homage.
It's good that you are seeking to improve yourself.
Yes.
This is a noble effort to leave behind the deficiencies of your birth.
Yes, my people are trash.
That's a noble sentiment.
Still has his boar spear. Just lead the way, gracious firebenders.
I need you to pick which accent it is. You're going between like.
Oh no,
Monty
this is
Python
all in
no,
character.
this is. I think this is
all
like.
in character. I am French. I am not the French. I don't know who I am.
I don't know why, but French
happening.
always gets
This is
me.
all in character.
All right, I love it. We'll keep at it. So, we're going to say that you're led to what is essentially, because again, Avatar is a blend of Asiatic style. So I'm imagining almost now towards the back of the villa, back of the estate, there's almost like a Shinto shrine where you have to pass through a set of gates. And then beyond that is the actual shrine building itself. And you're led into, I forget the actual name for it, but basically that sort of matted sitting room before the actual shrine itself. And you see that there are a few people in here praying at the moment. Now, of course, you can choose to just move past them, but I leave it to Shazo's call whether he pushes his luck here.
Oh, he's pushing his luck here.
Okay, good. Yeah, let's get that roll first. But I've got a line after you do this. So do the push your luck.
All right. Now, if you're going to push your luck, that's going to be a passion. And you get a hit. So you are going to be able to accomplish something here, but there's going to be a but that I'll chip in when it's appropriate.
So,
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
what? I mean, what do you mean?
I mean, take your shoes off.
I am sorry. I am so uncultured.
This is hallowed ground. You think to
Wait.
worship at the illustrious totem of this family? To pray to our ancestral spirits? And to do so with shod feet?
I think you might be right about this one.
Moment of passion, because I am at +1 force. Shazo grabs both of them by the scruffs of their shirts, pulls them in, and just in a low voice filled with venom and anger. Do you think I don't know how important this place is? This is my family's holy ground. Lets them go.
Don't give me that.
I
You're
think
a
that's the
guard.
but.
You're not the family. You're the guard.
I think
You
that's the
guarded the
but
family.
for Matthew's NPC. Matthew, your NPC realizes now with the eye and the terrible attempt at an accent, you know who this is. You've worked for the family long enough. You know exactly who Shazo is.
And then this really rather prim and officious individual who is immaculately tailored, his brows shoot up for a moment, and then stutter down. He clamps down on that emotional reaction and says, "Oh, well, of course. You seem like you're a very confused young man, that you don't even know who you are. So it's good that you're here to seek guidance from our ancestors."
Game Master,
Yes.
how far away is the shrine containing the amulet?
Well, you have to go through a set of folding doors. It's honestly pretty trivial to get through to the other side of those doors. It's kind of like one of those things where you never really approach like the pulpit of a church unless you have a reason to go back there. It's kind of just a decorum thing.
Well, Shazo's going for it.
Okay. So are you going to just bolt in there, grab it, and run? Are you just going to, like...
Yes.
Okay. All right. So...
There's no grace, no tactics, no plan.
Just
Shazo
straight
didn't
in.
expect to get this far. He's like, well...
Okay. So you run past the people who are, praying at that sort of... God, I really need to look up the name. But basically praying before not the main idol, but like a family idol. And a few of them look and go, "Hey, what are you doing?" And you kind of throw the folding door to the side and rush into the main part of the shrine. When you do, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't quite remember this if it was in your backstory, there is somebody there. and they are tending to the amulet. And though you need not see them from the front, you'd recognize your mother anywhere.
About halfway between the additional family altar as well as his mom, Shazo will come to a sudden stop and be frozen in place. And yeah.
And without even turning around, your mother says, "Well, one of my sons has come home, because only they would be so reckless as to interrupt my meditation. If it's not who I think it is, then..." And she kind of holds a hand out to the side, and fire begins to emanate from the palm of her hand. And that's where we're going to take our 5 to 10 minute break. So we'll be back shortly, everybody. Stick around. Alright, and welcome back to part 2 of Session 8 of Rise of the Dark Avatar. If you're just tuning in, well, Shazo, through a set of circumstances, has found his way back to his family home, where he's attempting to steal a rather valuable artifact from his family, and in doing so has charged straight into the middle of a lion's den, where his mother, Hide, is currently waiting. So we resume right as she says that whole line about one of her sons coming home, and she again produces that flame from the palm of her hand, but again does not turn quite yet.
Resolving himself that for a moment he looks like he's like ready to give back a confident response, and then that fear starts to wash over him, the insecurity. He starts to get smaller, leaning forward into himself, and he starts to mutter to himself, "Stupid, stupid, 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 stupid." And in his best Shazi voice, he tries to say, "It's just me, Mom." Ugh.
I think that's definitely a trick, so if you want to roll with creativity, let's see what happens.
God, I hope I fail this. Oh,
no,
come on!
Of course, what do? You roll a full hit.
Come on!
So... I'm assuming you want her to believe you and give you an opportunity again, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Okay. I mean, hey, dice want to tell a story. So, the flame goes out in her hand, but again, she doesn't turn. But she kind of settles back down in her little pillow and continues to meditate. "Well, Shazi, I keep telling you, you need to stop barging in here. This is a sacred place. You need to respect it and the importance that it has."
Yeah, Mom. Sorry. Sure.
"What brings you back so soon? I understand that you're supposed to be halfway across the world about now. Did I miss a important letter?"
Sure.
What is that accent that you have there? Is that something you've picked up from your time abroad? We broke Wolf. Congratulations.
Wait a second. Let me just... in his best Shazo voice, he says, "No, Mother. I've simply come home to pay my respects."
Now, I want to be clear here if that was a slip of the tongue or not. Shazi or Shazo voice?
That I can't do the voice without laughing. Sure,
Okay.
Yeah, Mom. I just came home to like pay respects and homage or whatever. Yeah.
Stop
Well,
doing my
I-
stuff.
Can't say I care for this new accent, but I'm sure some Earth Nation girl will love it. What brings you back? Can I have the servants fix you a meal?
Can Shazo,
Mm-hmm.
pretending to be Shazi,
Mm-hmm.
have moved very close to his mother and within an elephant's trunk's reach? So a little bit far away, but close enough to where if he lunged for it, he could grab the amulet. Could he have slipped up to that point?
I think that's going to be another push your luck, unfortunately.
Oh, there's so many of them!
There's so many of them. That's going to be another passion, and maybe Chad will give you... No, you just roll a... bother? You're just gonna keep rolling full hits after full hits. Why don't you even bother?
This should be working.
But it is apparently. So yeah, you get up actually even closer if you want to. And because you got a full hit, you actually get another opportunity.
Two things.
Oh, what you got?
If I may. So Shazo will have slid up right next to where he is. He could lean over the top of his mother's head and grab the amulet and have it. And he gets to that point. And for my second opportunity, if I may, and please flavor this, I would like to have Shazo look down at his mom. Tear falls. He's barely holding it in, barely doing the voice, and he'll reach forward, grab the amulet, wrenching it from it's just like hanging there, wrenching it into his fist. I will clear my name, and that is in Shazo's voice, and then he's gonna bolt.
Okay. So again, there's not really an initiative order here, but this means we are moving into an exchange. So again, the way exchanges work is you get to pick from 3 things. And your mother, I already know what she's going to do, but are you going to be defending and maneuvering? Are you advancing and attacking? Or are you evading and observing?
Which is the one where I run away?
She's a position.
No, defend and maneuver. Defend and maneuver.
Defend and maneuver. She's a position.
Yep.
All right. So, since it is defend and maneuver up first, go ahead and roll with focus to see how many moves you get. Oh, wait, we're in combat. I have a button for this.
So when you rely on your skills and training to dangerously smash your way through walls. No, that's not smashing, is it? I'm trying to think if I have a move. No, I have to. Well, first I have to roll to see if I actually get moves. I'm sorry. And then I'm rolling with focus on this.
Yes, you are rolling with focus.
Chat, you want to help me out? I don't need chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say the way you've been rolling. There you go. All right, you get to pick one of the defend and maneuvers.
Seize a position.
Okay.
So I'd like to get the F out of there.
Yeah, let's see. Move to a new location, engage, disengage with a foe, blah, 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 blah. So I think your mother is actually going to mark 1 fatigue to block this technique. And the way I'm going to flavor it, because she's still going to get her own turn, but the way she's going to block you is a gout of flame crosses maybe a hair's breadth from hitting you, and you stop dead in your tracks. And your mother sighs, stands up fully, turns, her eyes still closed. But then she opens them, and you see that there is just that motherly look of disappointment and refined anger. And she simply says, "It was a mistake coming home like this. I hope you realize."
Well, I am your son.
And at that provocation, she is actually going to attempt to overwhelm you with a bit of firebending. So the way this is going to work is you can either mark 3 fatigue, or you're going to take the trapped condition.
I don't have 3 fatigue to mark.
Which means you have to take the trapped condition. So you get the sense that the shrine has been fireproofed a little bit, but it's still one of those things where there's now literally a wall of fire blocking your exits. And as this happens, she kind of sighs and says, "You don't even remember your basic training. Never let your exits get sealed off. Why do you not learn your lesson?"
Because I had a bad teacher.
That is exchange 1. Exchange 2 happens. What would you like to do this time?
Well, so what does being trapped mean?
So when you're trapped, and it's going to be difficult for you because you don't have the fatigue here, but the way it's written is you're completely helpless. You must mark a combination of 3 fatigue or conditions to escape. So do you have enough fatigue?
Can be a combination?
It can be a combination as far as I read, yes.
Then I could do 1 fatigue, guilty and angry.
Guilty and angry. Okay, so that is going to get your trapped condition away, which means you can act. So do you want to defend maneuver again? Or
yeah, so the way that I would flavor this.
Okay.
Shazo is watching his mom like ignite the exits. But as she's doing it, he's waiting for her, because there's that moment where like you're firebending and then you have to like maybe take a breath. He's just waiting for that to stop, and as soon as it does, he will throw himself into the flame, representing the conditions of the fatigue I've taken. And he'll simply say to his mother, and you should remember that your own traps can still befell you. And he'll throw himself through the flames, like taking the damage. And I will try to defend a maneuver. And,
all right, well, you get another focus roll.
Oh, mama, let's go. Okay.
And that's a full hit, so you actually get to pick 2.
God, love it. Yeah, so I would like to seize a position.
Okay.
And I would also like to, can I activate walls can't hold me so that I can just blast my way out of here? When you rely on your skills and training to dangerously smash your way through walls, like I'm not trying to sneak, I'm blowing through doors with flame.
Yeah.
So I can roll with passion instead of focus.
I'd let that happen, yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So I'm doing that. Well,
Well, that's the thing, though, is if you're relying on your skills and training, which you're not, because this is an exchange, so that's the difference.
Oh, okay. So never mind. I was wrong with that. But no, I mean, really, all I want to do then is just seize a position and just flavor-wise, just blow my way out of the doors, like taking doors, knocking over guards. Just no subtlety to it. Just getting the F out of Dodge.
Okay, so I'm looking at your sheet. You have literally 1 fatigue before you're out for the scene.
You got it. That's why I want to run away.
Well, that's the thing, is that getting through that wall of fire is going to be that 1 fatigue. So
correct me if I'm wrong, Game Master.
Yes.
I just spent the angry, the guilty, and the fatigue to overcome the trapped condition.
I see what you're saying, yes. But what I'm saying, though, is she's still going to get an attack on you, and since NPCs don't roll, she's going to inflict at least 1 fatigue on you, is what I'm saying.
But I'm just confused, because if I seize this position, aren't I disengaging from the fight?
You can, so okay, maybe I should be more clear. So the way disengage or seize a position works is any foe engaged with you can mark 1 fatigue to block this technique, which she will do again.
That so I would just do can I just do it again? Because I got 2.
No, you have to pick another one, unfortunately. But what I would tell you is you do have a special move, redirect attack. So if you want to
redirect attack, I can go with the flow. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the question is, where do you want to redirect it? Do you want to direct it to her?
I can't redirect it because I have to have 2 fatigues, so I'm out.
Oh, okay.
I'm full conditions. I'm full fatigue.
Yeah, you're full condition, full fatigue.
I got nothing.
All right. Well, let me look at the rules here, because this is the first time we've gotten to this point.
Could do a rescue mission.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking we're leading to here, is we're gonna get a rescue mission, but
oh my god, I have full fatigue. I can't be doing this. We're gonna have to take a week before we come rescue you. So just hold them off.
Fortunately, we've been resting all this time.
Oh, that's right. Yes, plenty of time for reflection. We've gotten to meditate a little bit, and yeah, we should be all good.
So Wolf, I'm gonna let you make the call here. The way the rules are written is it says that you become unconscious, injured, distraught, or trapped. Your actions can't trigger moves or affect the scene anymore. You're at the mercy of the other characters in the scene and might be disarmed, captured, or otherwise limited. It's not until after the scene ends that you recover, after you've had some time off or your opposition frees you. When you recover, clear all marked fatigue, but keep your conditions checked. So, again, it's your mother. What would she do in this situation?
Not gonna kill me. She would
think she'd go that far?
She's not. That's what I said. She's not gonna kill me. Would not kill me. She would simply capture me and throw me in whatever dungeon we have, because all Firebender houses have a dungeon.
Okay. I mean, it is a Fire Nation thing, yeah. So go ahead and clear your fatigue, as we're going to cut to Lu Songshi, Amarok, and Ying at this point. So Lu Songshi and Amarok, it's been 4 hours at this point. Ying kind of convinced you all to wait another hour, but at this point, the sun is mostly set. It's in the twilight hours, and she goes, yeah, he probably went and tried to get something from his family, or did something stupid like that. We should go back to that estate.
And Emmerich was just going to interject quite quickly. Now, to be fair, that's not entirely stupid, considering that we just raided one of my family's repositories for resources. So he's
We
just
did that together,
learning
though.
from our negative example, maybe.
No. We did that together. There's a difference.
And the difference is he didn't tell us anything about the interior layout of his estate. We would absolutely be going in blind.
Can't you get some sense of the interior of a building using your... And she just sort of gestures down at his feet.
Maybe, yes.
Because that's a really useful skill you've got there.
That's earthbending. In a nutshell, supremely useful.
Yeah, let's get walking. We can figure out when we get there.
Why do I feel like we just keep walking from one family squabble into another?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
it's apparently what we do.
You know, not everyone can have a perfect family like you did, with a supportive father who loved you and raised you and, you know, wanted the best for you and gave you advice. That would be really, really nice for some of us just who never had fathers, or whose father was killed by our brother. And stop lording that over us, okay? I don't have a problem. This is not a complex, okay?
There's a lot to unpack in what you just said, but right now we don't have the time. So let's just get moving.
Yeah. And along the way, you do notice Fazzapo waiting where he was instructed.
He's playing solitaire.
And I think Ying stops and kind of kneels down and goes, Fazzapo, do you think you could find Shazo? Turns to Amarok. Is that a yes? I don't speak cat squirrel.
That was a yes, but. A yes, but I'm kind of mad at him because he left me here alone and didn't even, give me any meat or jerky that he was hoarding for himself. It's a very complex language.
Just this tiny deck of cards.
And I think Ying kind of holds out a hand for Fazzapo to hop into, and then puts Fazzapo on the shoulder and goes, all right, are we doing this the sneaky way, or am I going in with the punchy fire, earth, water?
I think this is going to require a degree of finesse that we are wholly unaccustomed to and may not actually be capable of.
Well, that just makes me want to try it more.
Good, then let's try that.
And Emmerich just sidles up next to the Dark Avatar and puts a hand on her shoulder. You see, you didn't see us infiltrating the White Lotus secret library, right? We know clandestine operations like the backs of our hands, or the back cover of this book. She raises her back.
The guard was asleep.
How do you know? You weren't even there.
Shazo told me.
Shazo wasn't there either. He was making sandwiches.
Well, then how could he tell me what you were doing?
That's a question you have to ask him. Maybe he's psychic.
You think he's a combustion bender? Sorry, Aaron thought. Let's do the talkie.
Right.
And I'm gonna actually put kind of Wolf in that same situation I did with Matthew and Aaron earlier. So Wolf, if you want to play one of the guard that's on duty as the Dark Avatar, Lusong, Shi, and Amarok walk up, they don't appear to be threatening. They're not bending anything. They don't have any weapons on them, but they do approach and try to get your attention. You're muted.
Oi! Wait up there. Hold on up there. State your business.
We're here to...
We're on the track of a dangerous fugitive we feel may be coming this way.
Oh, you mean the errant Lee, who's been captured by his mum?
That's him. He's taken something very precious from the White Lotus, and we've been tasked with retrieving it.
Okay.
May we come inside, perhaps, and speak with the...
So, comically nodding, like, and
No,
then you
no.
maybe start to walk in, he will step in front. Can't let you do that.
I'm sure that your mistress, master, the lord of this estate, would be most welcome to a visit from the White Lotus. We've always had good relations.
I'm under explicit orders only to let people I know in, and I don't know you.
I'm hurt. We've already developed such a wonderful connection. Right? You remember that time when you denied us entry into your facility? Great memories.
You want to roll a trick for me, Amrook? Because this...
That's wonderful.
So
that's
what is a
brilliant.
trick? Is it creativity?
Trick is going to be with creativity.
Creativity.
Okay.
And you have a +1 from chat.
Take it, please.
Okay. Here we go.
All right,
Lord.
well, if Lu Songxi helps, you
I
can get
can't.
one.
I can't. I have 5 fatigue.
You have 5 fatigue. Oh boy, here we go. So
Yeah,
yeah,
this is why I said, hey, we should rest and stuff, and then all
Yeah.
that other stuff happened.
hey, you guys did it to yourself. All right,
You know,
well,
I do remember that. And you know what's real great about memories? Doing it again. You still can't go inside.
Yeah, there's a certain familiarity that builds up over time.
Exactly.
I can respect that. Yeah.
Pats Amrook on the shoulder,
Oh.
turns around, gives her a shove. Now, piss off.
And I think Lu Sangxi's going to step in at this point and say, all right, you're clearly a perceptive and intelligent man. I wasn't supposed to tell you this, but I also bear a message from Shazi Li to his mother that I've been tasked to deliver personally.
all right. So Lou, I want to say it's a trick, but it's also a plead.
I could do.
I think that's trick, really.
Yeah, I think that's more trick than plead at this point. Yeah, go ahead and give me
All
your own creativity there.
Here we go.
Response for
And that's
if you succeed or
2
fail.
ones.
I'm ready.
All right, so you get to pick one. They can either stumble and you get +1 forward. They act foolishly and they give you an opportunity, or they're going to overcommit
they're gonna
and they're
Overcommit.
overcommit.
And-
All right, so they are deceived for some time.
Oh, why didn't you say that? So he's my favorite of the two brothers. Other one killed his dad. Real stick in the mud. The twitchy running around all willy nilly. Actually saw
Well,
him
that's-
running along the
that's-
wall and thought it was.
That's the one we're
Utterly
after.
unpredictable. Yeah.
Right. Why you just say so? Go on in. Have yourself a time. Should tip your waiter. All right.
And after you guys get far enough away from the guard as you enter into the estate, Ying kind of turns to you and goes, "Why? How did that work? We didn't have to
he's an
bend
idiot.
anything. We just used words."
No, that guy was an idiot.
Also, words are incredibly powerful. I mean, they shape civilizations. As the old saying goes, the pen is mightier than the sword. You can kill a man, you can break his weapons, but have you ever tried to kill an idea? It has no fortress to storm, no body to kill.
I feel like you should write that down because that sounds really cool. But right now
Oh.
we need to focus on finding Shazo.
Right.
I mean, I hate to do this to you, Emmerich, but I mean, you're kind of like the only person I can think that knows architecture. I mean, we can follow Lu Songxi around as he does the stompy thing, but I don't know. Can you see anything in this architecture that might lead us to where Shazo might be held?
Well, I don't know very much about Fire Nation architecture, considering that most of my people live in, ice fortresses that we carve using our waterbending. But
Hey.
yes,
I thought you lived in yurts.
no. Those are the swamp benders. They
Oh.
bend, plant yurts.
I thought it was the north that used the ice fortress and the south that used. It doesn't matter. Could you do it? Is the question.
Well, I can give it a try. And that's all that any of us can ever do.
All right, Amarok, give me an assess the situation, which you might have a -2 based on your conditions, but it's going to be with creativity.
Okay. I don't believe that I have a -2 there.
All right. So yeah, let's see that creativity. Hey, maybe you're right, Lord Exile. Maybe it's reversed to the south. Okay, so you got a 15. You literally got double sixes. Very nice. So, you get 2 questions here, and the list of questions is, What here can I use to blank? Who or what is the biggest threat? What should I be on the lookout for? What's your best way in, out, through? Who or what is in the greatest danger? And you get 2 of those.
So, what here can I use? And this, I mean, I guess I could put this to the group as well as potential options, but what here can I use to create the most impressive distraction or cover?
I'm gonna turn to Wolf, since this is his family's estate. What could they use to make a wonderful distraction?
So, funny you should ask. My family, although terrible, cruel firebenders, they're also musicians. And there's a fully equipped stage in the middle of the courtyard as they are preparing for, or were preparing for, prior to Shazo's rude interruption, a celebration.
And
To
then,
add on to that, though, let's say part of the celebration, there's a fireworks display.
Then I suppose as my second question, what is the most advantageous way into the underbelly of the compound?
So you're looking around, you're assessing the architecture of the place, and you realize that their kitchen has to have some sort of underground storage for quote-unquote cold things. So that should conceivably lead down into the catacombs, such as they are. You would just have to find a way through into the kitchen. Now, as a reminder, though, on both of those questions, anything related to them going forward, you have +1 on them.
And is that transferable to another character who interacts with them, or is that just for my character?
I believe it is just you. It's not clear if it can be transferable, so yeah, I'm looking at the rules. It says it's just you if I'm going by the letter of the rules.
Sure thing. Then I guess directing them through the shadowed portions of the compound along the side, she'll guide them to a corner sort of at the edge of the main building, and then point towards the fireworks display and the stage that has been set up, the various different equipment and the grunts moving boxes and materials about. See that? Fireworks. A little fire bending, and we have an instant distraction to cover our escape when it's time.
Okay.
But where's Shazo?
Well, I mean, every Fire Nation home has a prison. Like even a peasant has a prison, right? That's just a thing.
I'm pretty sure that's a stereotype.
Look, who did you ask about architecture here? Right? Were you the expert on Fire Nation architecture?
Ying asked you. I didn't ask you about.
Yeah, but you didn't object, so that makes you just as culpable.
No.
Right, Ying?
Fair enough.
No,
Fair
I'm
enough.
not getting into this one. Nope.
And I think at
Some
I
friend
think
you
at
are.
this, Lu Songshi is going to do the Earthbender thing where he sort of stamps his foot to echolocate the largest concentration of people.
All right, well, that's going to be a rely on your skills and training, so with focus, please. All right, well, if Amarok can assist you by spending a fatigue, you'll get a full hit.
I will do that.
Okay. So with a full hit, what you're going to do is you are going to find the quote-unquote map of the catacombs where you can see where there's people, you can see which way the passageways twists and turns, and you do see that someone is in what appears to be kind of like a sectioned off square room, and it's perfectly square, which to you screams
Like a dungeon
jail.
or jail. And Amarok, I owe you an apology.
Well, we've really banked up a lot of those. Who's
No,
keeping track?
They do have a jail.
I'm keeping track, actually.
That's
Does
either
Zappo
kind of you
have-
or, a little bit disturbing.
We should probably get Shazo. He's in a jail cell.
It's just like him. They torturing him?
Justice.
No, I don't believe he's alone.
Also, that vague screaming that we hear, that's just him
Being dramatic.
Oh, yeah, that checks out. So, I think I know of a way to get in. Right? We can use maybe the underground larder that they use. That they must be storing something there. Can you find it? Maybe that gives us an entry point that they won't be looking at.
This way.
Great.
Now, the only snag is that as you get towards where the larder is, you do see that there is increased traffic in or out. And again, Wolf, if you want to play a cook this time, one of the cooks does notice and stop you as you're getting closer.
Or I'm gonna need you, and I'm gonna need you to go over there, grab some.
No.
Just where are your aprons? You're supposed to have some aprons on. Oh my! Oh, there's help around these places. It's just terrible, absolutely terrible. Okay, I need you right there. Just go and I'm so angry. Why am I always angry? Who are you? Are you part of the help? Are you staff? Are you entertainers? Who are you?
White Lotus.
Oh,
We're
carry on then.
Thank you.
Right.
Goes back to yelling at people. Takes 2 pieces of bread, put it between someone, say, "You are an idiot sandwich."
How does that keep working?
I'm
I don't
kind
know,
of
the White
scared,
Lotus set
actually. The talking thing is working out, and I feel like that this shouldn't happen.
I'm still waiting to get punched in the face.
I could do that
Do you
now
want me
if
to
you
get that over
like.
with?
No, please.
Okay.
No.
So, Shazo.
Well, I'm very good at it, but I don't enjoy it.
So, Shazo.
Are you sure?
No, stop it.
You've got a little
Stop
bit
it.
of thing
Stop
with that.
Shazo, as you are sitting in your cell being quote unquote dramatic, you hear someone coming down the corridor to you, and you look up through the bars of your jail cell and you see Team Dark Avatar coming up ready to rescue you.
I know I'm banished, but can someone just bring me a sandwich and banish this hunger?
Shazo. Shut up. Amber, you have any food?
Oh, hey guys.
Yeah. Hi. How's that hunting?
Yeah, I got distracted.
Right. All right.
Yeah, I buy that.
A little lost.
So Jim, what I'd like to do is use metal bending on the lock to break it and open Shazo's cell. If it's a metal barred cell, if it's that.
Yeah, I would say it is at this point. Yeah. So rely on your skills and training, and let's see what happens.
Get anything from chat right now?
Yes, you have a +1 forward from chat.
Taking it.
All right, that's a full hit. Yeah, you can smash that lock to pieces if you want.
No, I'm actually just gonna gingerly, like very precisely, move the pins and open it. And then as Shazo steps out, I'm gonna close it and then relock the cell. That may add to a little bit of confusion and let us escape. Ooh, or no, that's fine. We're gonna leave it at that. I don't know if I want to also make a declaration that I'll use my earthbending to make it look like he tunneled his way out. But that'd probably make a lot of noise.
Yeah, probably make quite a bit of noise.
So we're just gonna leave it at this and have it be mysterious for them if we can get him out of there.
We can't go.
What do you mean we can't go? We have to go.
There's something I need to get.
Something.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's my father's amulet.
And is that what got you in here in the first place?
Maybe.
Okay. How?
It's just up in the shrine.
Right, but was
maybe
it
not anymore because
Okay.
I tried to steal it.
Right.
But okay, we can go. And Shazo will just look very defeated.
So, remind me, what is Shazo wearing in terms of clothing?
Like simple firebender, like reddish, dark, like crimson robes with a little bit of black accents. Yeah.
So, as you pass by Yang, Yang stops and turns and goes, Shazo, you've got something in your left pocket.
He reaches down.
It's the amulet. And a note.
That's Fazappo on top of her head. Just. And then Shazo will just grab onto it, take it to his heart, slowly open the letter.
Okay, I know we've made jokes about this, but can he actually read?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Because I feel like sometimes yes, sometimes no.
In this
All right.
moment, he can read.
He can read.
Next week, we'll find out. Next week. Stick around.
So, it's a note from your mother, and it simply says, you could just ask nicely next time. Love, Mom.
Pulls up the paper. Damn, she's good. And he'll then uncrumple it, fold it very neatly, and tuck it into his little pocket. Take the amulet, put it around his neck, tuck it in his robe, hold it there for a moment. Okay, we're good.
All right. We should find you a disguise. Ooh, wait, we don't. Everybody knows that we're here to take the prisoner.
Yeah, we did that talking thing. We
Yeah.
don't have to pretend
Yeah.
anything.
All right. Pretend.
Oh, there's no prisoner.
No,
I'm
not
just
that.
a beautiful
No,
lady.
no.
Stop.
No,
Don't do that.
That's
Stop
both
that.
offensive and will draw attention to
Yeah.
us.
All right, sorry.
Amro, you had a thought?
Well, I was going to say, did we actually succeed with all the talking, given the letter he just received, or were we just allowed to enter into this place? Because this was all part of somebody else's plan.
Why put him in jail if she forgave him?
Well, you have to keep up appearances. The family's honor is integral to their status amongst equal clans.
Right. Of course.
No, my mom was teaching me a lesson.
Okay. So can we just leave? Will they let us just leave?
Yeah.
All right then. Just to be on the safe side, maybe pretend you're my prisoner.
Hey, everyone. I'm sorry I didn't trust you enough to ask for your help. And then Shazo will put his wrists together, pretend like they're tied, bow his head, and then allow you to lead him.
All right.
So now comes the crucial moment of this plan. I think it's going to fall to Lu Songshi here. I think you're going to have to push your luck with passion. And you do have a +1 from chat, by my reckoning.
I'm gonna take it then. All right, push my luck. Here we go. Oh.
All right, well, here's again. If Amruk, do you have fatigue?
I have one fatigue left, and I think I will mark that to give him a partial hit.
All right, so on a partial hit, you are going to be able to get out of the compound. But as you do, that guard at the front gate suddenly realizes that you're leaving and has words for you.
Boy, wait a minute. You were supposed to deliver a letter. I just ran into her. She was leaving. Didn't say nothing about no letter.
Well, that's because by the time we'd gotten the prisoner, which is our top priority, she had already left.
Oh.
We were coming out here hoping to catch her, but if not, then... Well, I've left the letter in the care of her manservant.
Oh.
Yeah, he kept on insulting our lineage and parentage. You know him, right?
You talked to Gregory. Yeah, he's a real stick in the mud. Well, carry on. Have a good day. Bye.
Take care.
Tell you how to live my life. Who do you think you are? Guess walking in here like they own the place.
Well,
Get out of here.
you guys exit the estate. Do you return to your little hidey hole is the question.
Well, I mean, we've got stuff there that even if we're not going to stay there, we need to collect. You know, bedrolls and equipment and things like that. So
Probably not a bad place to rest and maybe
maybe-
remove some of these conditions.
maybe we rest a little bit and take a little
I have
time.
5.
Yes.
All right. So,
Yikes.
as you all get back, and we'll deal with the rest here in a moment, but as you all get back and settle in, get some food in you, etc., etc., I think Ying kind of looks over at Shazo and says, "So, what's this amulet? I mean, it looked like it was like a bottle of fire."
He will take it out from kitty cat. What are you doing, Luna? You're such a kitty. He'll take it out from underneath his robe, and as perhaps we've put a little fire. I know that you had built a small little fire pit, Lu Shangxi, and there's a little fire. And as he brings it up, you can actually see that the amulet appears to be glowing, not from the fire, but almost as though it's fighting against it. So it's like almost as though it's its own light source. This amulet is said to contain the very soul of my family. It's just a pretty piece of jewelry, I guess, but
And I think Ying
My
starts
father
to
wore it.
lean in closer.
Yeah.
No, continue. She's just leaning in closer and closer.
my father wore it, and his father before him, and so on, back to where our records get a little fuzzy.
Oh, Shazo. You're not
What?
going to believe this. Are there any dragons in your family history?
Huh?
Well, I can tell you, Dark Avatar connection, all that. That's dragon's fire.
I'm gonna pretend like I know what that means.
It means it's the everlasting fire from an actual dragon.
Thanks, Mom. He's just gonna like cradle it like it's fragile.
Oh. And I think Ying kind of is between two minds at the moment, and she kind of looks at Amarok and Lu Songshi, looks back at Shazo, looks back at Lu Songshi, finally settles on Shazo and goes, "Okay, you mind if I try something? I'm not gonna break the amulet or anything, I just want to try something."
Yeah. Offers it to her.
And as you hold it out, she just extends a finger and her eyes go that solid orange. And she pokes it. And there is another display of the Aurora Borealis within the cave. And it's different from the spirit horns that you had before, whereas that was more Northern Lights. This, maybe Aurora Borealis is the wrong term to use. It's more like going to a planetarium, where you kind of suddenly are surrounded by the stars in the darkness. And you can see just the majesty of the night sky. And you see that sort of flitting between the stars is a spectral blue dragon, a serpentine dragon, just kind of going through the stars. And Ying kind of points up and goes, "Yeah, that's the dragon. In fact, pretty sure if we took this back into the spirit world at some point, you could probably bring the dragons back too." So let's just add that to the list. I mean, we're bringing back airbenders.
I
We're
am
bringing
the
back.
Drake. I am fire incarnate. Shazo starts to put the amulet on and maybe go a little crazy. Not like actual crazy, but just like, I am the Drakeborn.
Okay.
No, I think you're the father of dragons, actually, if what Ying just said was true.
I am fire incarnate.
Well, hold on. Before you do your
I fly
Shazo
through the
thing-
air with my scaly hide.
Hold on. And she puts a hand on your shoulder. This is a teachable moment, Shazo, so I'm only going to do this once because it feels weird me doing it. But you know that earlier comment about how fire is destruction and all that you made?
Wait, I was saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh man, I need therapy.
Well, this is part of it. You realize that the fire you have in that amulet can restore and bring new life, yes?
No.
Well, now you do. Congrats.
I mean, I think that's pretty much exactly what I told him when you asked me to tell him something inspirational.
Yeah, but you said it in your flowery words of... You know what I mean.
It's called poetic.
Ying, are you saying that this fire can bring people back?
I mean, if Vatu is right, you can bring back 2 individuals or 2 creatures, and that means if we brought back 2 dragons, I mean, given enough time, they could repopulate, but it could bring any 2 people back. You know, assuming Vatu isn't just screwing with me for whatever reason.
With this, I could bring back my father, and I could clear my name, and my family could be put back together.
Is that what you want, though?
I don't know. I've been filled with so much anger and hatred for everything that Shazi did that I'd almost forgotten what it feels like to... I don't know if I can go back to that.
Well, it's not like we have to make the decision right away. Let's dig into this. What is this, deer frog? Never had a deer frog before, but it tastes good.
Oh, it's just gamey chicken.
What the hell's a
It's
chicken?
almost rubbery.
Again, what is a chicken?
Oh, it's
Again,
like it's like a chicken turtle, but without the turtle.
Mm-hmm.
You're just making this up.
Yes.
Okay. And as you all
Just like you did
settle
with that
in,
cat.
get a good night's rest, let's deal with your conditions. I'm going to say all your conditions, all your fatigue, gone. You get a full reset here. Your balance does reset, but your center stays wherever it is. So if you've already moved your center, leave it where it is. The other thing we need to address before we call the session is we need to deal with people's advancements. So we're going to actually start with Shazo because Shazo probably is going to answer a lot of questions here. So Shazo, I think you learned something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world, if only because of your mother showing affection, so I'd say yes there. Let's see what else. You didn't really stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem, so I'm going to say no to that. You didn't guide a companion towards balance or end the session. Well, you did end the session at your
I did end the
center.
session at center, I did.
All right, so that's 2. And then for your adversary, did you make progress towards your goal against your adversary?
I would say yes.
You got the amulet, so that's 3 growth boxes, so that should tick you over.
So I would tick to a growth, and I would have 2 more. Because does it roll over? Okay, then
It
yes,
does.
I would get 1. And I'm going to put a +1 to focus because I had some really crazy good luck with focus today.
Okay.
So, yeah, that feels right.
All right, let's go to Amrook next. So Amrook, let's see. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, etc., etc.?
I'm not sure that I really did.
Okay, fair enough. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? Not really.
I would not. I don't think so.
Yeah. You did end the session at your center, so there's a yes for you. And then your successor question is... did you learn something meaningful about or important about your lineage, its members, or its effects on the world or others? No, not in this instance. So you get 1 box of growth. Does that tick you over?
It does.
All right, so what are you going to take for yours?
I think I am also going to raise focus to 2.
Okay.
Ooh.
So Lu Songshi, same questions. Learn something challenging, blah, 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 maybe?
No.
No? Okay. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? Not really. No. You did end at your center, so that's at least 1.
And I argue for his behalf.
Sure, what you
He
got?
learned the power of words.
This is true. I mean, this is very true.
All right, fine.
Yes!
Fine.
All right, and
Speak with your words, not your fists.
did you pursue a desire or goal of your own outside of protecting others? Maybe?
I mean, no.
No. Okay. All right. Well, I think you leveled up last time.
I did the last time, so I've got two. I've got 2 on this most recent growth track, so no advancement for me this session.
Okay. So that's going to be the end of session, but before I close off the stream and the VOD, what I want to know is how do you all want to handle the full rules transition? Do you all want to just take a stream next Monday? Again, assuming we all have the PDF. Do you guys just want to take the stream next Monday and build them on stream, and then we'll use whatever time to continue from there? Or would you rather, again, PDF permitting, we handle that offline? Because I know, people want to see the rules in action. So it's not just a question to you 3, but also to the audience listening in right now.
I mean, I wouldn't mind
I'd love to show
dedicating
people.
a portion of this. Like, even if it takes, if I don't suspect that it will take the entire stream, so we may still be able to have a short, maybe bookend adventure.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be more than happy to go through the entire process, on stream.
Okay.
Be happy to do that.
Cheers to that.
I'm not sure if there are actually going to be any real substantive changes that would have to be implemented to revise our characters, really. So,
I mean, that's true. Based on what I've heard so far, it's going to come down to how they handle things like lightning and how they handle like metal bending and things like that. So it might be something where I have to shift your moves around to make what we have already work, but you're probably right in that it doesn't make a huge change between different things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, we have to all get our PDFs first, so that's that. But yeah, Twitch, stick around because we're going to rate somebody, but YouTube, we'll see you later.